Hello, Ian Forrest here again with my 16th video, a short summary one this time. It is nearly March 2016. An EU referendum has been called for the 23rd of June here in the UK. There will be a lot of argument, much of it based on misinformation. My history and evidence, to avoid purposeful confusion by others in power, is principally about UK human rights, the rule of law, and how the cheating of them produces loss and suffering through corruption, because that is what it is. Some 16 years ago now, Parliament put a Human Rights Act 1998 in place, sustained by successive governments, which gifted the judiciary complete control and judgment over our human rights. Yet the judicial system is the biggest offender and abuser of those. At the same time, they are there to administer the rule of law. But not only don't they apply it when it suits them, but the persons within widely commit direct criminality themselves. You will see that our Minister of Justice, Michael Gove, MP, wants to reinforce that corruption by withdrawing from the EU, introducing a new Bill of Rights, no doubt with more gifts and power to give to the judicial system, and not subject to the unnecessary EU legal interference. Following my substantial claim against the UK Parliament, Gove being a recipient thereof, substantially over human rights and the rule of law, his ministry has now admitted that the Act of Parliament and effects therefrom did abuse our rights. Having committed these serious offences and admitted guilt, they do just nothing. They want to maintain oppression as a status quo, yet reinforce it for the future by leaving the EU. Well, who am I to talk like this? I am a victim of terrible injustice and that corruption, a claimant and a whistleblower. Over the last 26 years, I have recorded millions of words of my history and evidence. I have been robbed of millions of pounds from criminality by 4 banks, protected by a host of the judicial system. Are you surprised? Of course not. The banks and that system are part of the untouchables. To try and silence my reporting, I have been imprisoned twice without charge, denied sight even of the warrant, from secret court hearings in my absence, driven from my home by false accusations of paedophilia, my ex-partner victimised and terrorised by frontline police. I have been blackmailed and tortured to try and extract a confession from me that 2 crooks are innocent. Why? Because they came together in a criminal conspiracy against me with many High Court judges. I've been narrowly escaped from being sectioned in a mental home, and thereafter obscurity, and much more. For years and years, we have lived in constant fear, loss and suffering. In addition, as a precedent ruling, Lord Justice Moses said that the telling of the truth is not the law of the land, cannot be used as a defence, that a judge's order against the truth is even superior to it, and can be replaced by an ordered lie. This is the sort of justice over which Michael Gove presides. The cost of this corruption to us ordinary citizens is tremendous, financially, socially, morally, and not forgetting sustained inequality. We have the right laws, Mr. Gove, but if the implementation of them is in the hands of dishonest and untrustworthy people, then this is the status quo you want to maintain, and even improve for your chums. The truth is that the human rights and treaty laws are the only salvation we have got against this repression and crookedness. Thus, I have now presented this position to the EU Commission for their action, and let us hope that the existing EU law for human rights, agreed to by the UK under treaty, are at last respected. I hope you can see that Europe can have control over Gove and his regime, and we would lose this by a Brexit. You can find out much more of the detail of this from the contact addresses attached to this video. Thank you for watching, and I trust that I can have your support for the benefit of all UK Indigenous citizens.